Okay, so we're back with another video with Sleepless God, who is always tired. Because sleep is for the weak. But this video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be, what if Naruto was Madara Uchiha's brother? Or was a reincarnation of Madara Uchiha's brother? Yes, I'm doing a Naruto what if. Kind of cool. Maybe because I finally finished it for the 47th time. I had to get all the characters, every single one of them. But let's just jump in. Madara Uchiha's brother. Oh, okay. Wait, let me tell you how he died. Anyways, in the original series, and we'll change it up, and I'll tell you how we're gonna change it up too. Madara Uchiha's brother died in the First Great Shinobi War, when the first Hokage mortally wounded him. And before he died, he gave his brother his eyes, and that's how he got the Moramangekyo Sharingan. We all know that. Unless you're like first watch Naruto, then you don't know that. But we all know about the Moramangekyo Sharingan. Hopefully, if you don't, it's when you get the Mangekyo Sharingan from a tragic experience, very tragic experience, and you get the Immortal Mangekyo by replacing your eyes with someone who is related to you. I'm not messing up. I don't think. I looked it up. I hope I'm not messing up. This is a weird concept, but it works. We're changing that completely. But Madara and his brother were very, very close. Because they were partner in arms plus family. They were so close in sense that when you see them walking into battle, everyone got scared. Madara Uchiha and his brother, I can't say his name. I want to say Uzumaki, but it's not. It will be, but it's not. It's very different because the difference part is Madara's brother is not fully related to him. Same father, different mother. His mom is an Uzumaki. See, what happened was Madara got born, and then his father cheated on his mom with an Uzumaki who didn't know anything about, the clan, and just they were wanderers. They were going to Uzushiho. And they were passing by this place, and he cheated on her Madara's mom with an Uzumaki, getting her pregnant, and when she had the child, he took the child away from her and never let her see the child ever. Yeah, kind of some fucking fucked up shit. But he has the black hair of it. And when Madara's mom figured out, instantly kicked the living shit out of his dad, even though he's a strong shinobi, divorced him and took Madara and his little brother away. So he has the Sharingan and Uzumaki chakra reserves. He does not have the red hair, though. He does not have the red hair, mostly because the person who he cheated with was 86% Uzumaki, and not the full 100, or not even a full Uzumaki completely. Pretty close, but not a full Uzumaki. So he didn't get the red hair, but he did get the black hair with the Sharingans. But he did give the amazing chakra reserves and the blue eyes. He doesn't have those dark eyes. He doesn't have the black eyes. He has blue eyes. And this is how she figured out something's wrong. And this is how he figured out Uzumaki caravan passes by, random child he picks up with blue eyes, blah blah blah, figures it out, kicks his living ass. But because they basically grew up together, and they're like 1 year apart, basically, they're brothers. They were brothers. Maru's, I'm just gonna call him Uzumaki, just to shorten up the video a little bit. Uzumaki, aka Maru's brother. If I just say Uzumaki, it's Maru's brother. The Uzumaki was basically, he built swords, and he knew how to fight incredibly well, mostly because he was trained with Madara, and and also because of this, he was also trained by the first Hokage with rock throwing. Holy shit. He was also there at that point when Madara Uchiha and the first Hokage figured out that they were from different villages, and this is when their giant rivalry came from. Now we're starting the bigger changes. Madara and his brother were incredibly close, almost inseparable. When they were called the demon eyes of the Sharingan. This is terrifying at many levels. They were direct geniuses. When basically they trained together, they fought together, and they loved each other to a point of endless. Like, I will do anything for you, and you will do anything for me. They both, along their Mangekyo Sharingan, together, from seeing all their comrades die at a very young age. But Uzumaki is a little bit different. Madara's still the same. He has his eyes, but Uzumaki is a little bit different. He has 3 lines. Like, it goes all the way down to the center and then cuts off twice. And then there's a dot on one of the line, dot on the other side, a dot on the other side, and a dot on the other side. So it almost looks like it's very thick too. It's very thick line to almost the center, and then it cuts off to both left and right. And then it bright red on both of the sides with almost like a dot on each one, and those are both. He has Madara has the same abilities. Uzumaki does not. Let me tell you. Uzumaki has Chakra Drain. That's one of his abilities. Chakra Drain is basically like he has to touch he notices their chakra and can slowly drain it from their body. And the closer he is to his target, the more drain the chakra. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if it's like miles or 2 inches. The only thing that matters is distance means more chakra, more he can focus this on a group, and that means he gets a bunch of chakra from everyone, and it slowly drains everyone, or he gets it from one person and he can fastly drain him. So this is a cool ability, especially in war times when you have to have chakra reserves to a very consumptionist point. Their Tsukuyomi is a little bit different too. Madara's still the same, but he has two Tsukuyomi. Two. His giant fucking beast things. The first one is an eagle. And Madara was amazed by this. Because when he turns into a Tsukuyomi, he can flip. He can fly through the skies with his eagle. And it's pretty fast. It's very, very fast. And then he could drop from the sky and turn into his what Madara calls the demon of the sky, because he has a giant katana, two giant katanas, and it seems like with his Tsukuyomi he has two giant katanas, and he has no wings. Not like he can't fly when he's in his Tsukuyomi. But he is pretty big for his Tsukuyomi. He's same size as Madara. And with his massive chakra reserves, he can do fucking damage. But it's hard because I gotta make him overpowered as shit and still figure out how to keep him as Naruto. But I'm explaining all this stuff because in the next video, I'm just gonna jump in. This is basically part 0. But yeah, I'll name it as part 0 for you guys. This is just explaining shit for the newcomers, I guess. But also, he has his chakra natures are fire, wind, lightning. He has 3 chakra natures: fire, wind, and lightning. Fire from the clan is Madara's clan. From the Uchiha clan. Same with lightning, and wind from the Uzumaki clan. Explaining that out there. Now, we can now we can tell the story of how he died. Madara Uzumaki died doing what he loves. Being a fucking badass. I'll explain. So, Madara and him were in a predicament. Both of their eyes were wearing out, to the point where Madara could barely use any of his abilities. Also, yeah, I think, did Madara have a Ramaterasu? I think he had a Ramaterasu. That makes sense. That like most of them probably do. I don't think he did he? Well, he couldn't use like his Sharingan at all. His brother. Oh wait, yeah. Sorry, didn't mention this. His brother also with his chakra draining, he also has a Ramaterasu. Hell flames. As just there. Okay. Also, this might be a change, but I'm gonna say Madara Uchiha also has a Ramaterasu, because it'd be kind of weird if his brother has a Ramaterasu and Madara doesn't. Be kind of weird. So I'm saying Madara has a Ramaterasu too, and they're in battle with 1,000 men. Not his men. They're by themselves and they're going against 1,000 men. And they've murdered every single one of them. Uzumaki uses his last remaining strength to use a Ramaterasu to burn down the rest. But their reinforcements is in 1 or 2 days, and with a scene of scouts, they know a group of other soldiers will be coming up soon with the first Hokage. his brother, Uzumaki, looks at Madara and says, I have a plan. Madara, knowing that Uzumaki is a genius but also maybe a psychopath, worries but also thinks this will be a good plan. And hopefully we can get out of this. And he says, take my eyes. He's like, Madara's like, no, 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 take him. And he rips him out of his body. As he's, because he's Uzumaki, he will not die from this. And he gives him his eyes and he says, I'll hold him off as long as I possibly can. But you, run. Meet up with the group. Fight for me. As he grabs his hands and squeezes them tight as his eyes are empty. His eyes are fucking empty. His eyes are empty as he's like, win. Not for me, but for the Uchiha clan. As he squeezes his palms, as he says, go. As he grabs his sword, hands him his sword. Also, I haven't mentioned this, Uzumaki is a swordsmith. I did mention he's a swordsmith. So yeah, the entire Uchiha clan is full of swordsmen. So he just groups them up. He just has a bunch of they're basically, and all of them are super compatible because because he was an Uzumaki. Ceiling is basically, if you see that, ceiling is like a fucking breathing for him. Ceiling's basically like breathing for him. So he sealed the sword with he can it can take fire, burn, make the same sword cast on fire and burn everything down. Maybe just cast lightning. Seals are fucking awesome. But he make a seal, just a fire, just a chakra, regular seal, to put just an elemental chakra in it. Put elemental chakra, and when you're in a pinch, you can cast he has to cut themselves, put their blood on it, and the elemental chakra will activate. And their whatever, if they put lightning, their sword will turn into a lightning. If they put fire, they'll just do a fire. And they have saved many Uchiha, and he is they are very amazed by his sealing ability. So he gives him his sword and says, make us proud. As he drops from the rock face that they were staying on, seeing this group of army, and he sits down and he says and now he's just building up chakra. He's building up chakra, pushing his chakra limits to their max. I mean, literally, he's trying to get as much chakra right now as physically possible. Because what he's about to do is going to need every single drop. And maybe more. So he might have to even push his own chakra limits. As he's just, sitting there on the field of battle. Dead bodies all around him. As this approaching army starts marching towards him, the first Hokage sees him, a blindfold on his face. As through this time, it was a day and a half, he's learned how to see chakra signatures and feel them. They're kind of like flames, how dim flames. So each chakra symbol sees it glows the sky, glows the ground, almost like a flashlight. Each one has a flashlight, and you can see a little bit more. And the first Hokage, when he sees him, when he sees his chakra, I can almost see everything with all that chakra symbol. And he's like, first, He doesn't say first. He says it's actually Hamaromo. He says Hamaromo. As he has his little brother with him, and he says, "Ah, what? What I see here? Family?" As he takes off his jacket, as he says, as he's just sitting there, blindfolded because his eyes are out, like wrapped in bandages, and he says, "Well, you came for Matra. He's gone, but you can have me." As the the people are still scared, they're frightened because they know this is not going to be an easy fight. As he says, "Well, Hakaromo, let's get this started already." As he chucks a kunai, as just like the first move, as he blocks it with he blocks it already with wood, as it poofs, and it's a shadow clone. As he already made kunai that was already shadow clone that he just have already. As it's a transformation jutsu, and Hagoromo gets punched in the fucking face by Uzumaki. Yes, Uzumaki. I'm saying it because if you've ever watched, this man just fucking makes him fly. As one person says, "Charge!" as he turns on his Aramaterasu. No, not Aramaterasu. He turns into a giant fucking eagle. As he flies up to the sky, as highest point as he can, before he starts passing out, and he drops. And he drops as fast as he fucking can. And before he reaches the bottom, he transforms into his human form. If you don't know, even if you don't have the Sharingans, or like let's say your Sharingans were missing, you can still turn into your giant mech form. Fucking idiots. Oh, fucking idiot. But you can still turn into your thing, even if you don't have any eyes. Because it's a part of you. Why do you think Itachi can do it even when his eyes were basically done for? Like, you don't need the Sharingans. After you're done, if you activate it once, you can do it like automatically even when your Sharingans are like gone or not or disactivated because it's a part of you. So even with his Sharingan's gone, he can still do this. And as he smashes into the earth, he kills thousands of soldiers. For an hour, for 30 minutes straight, he fights Hagoromo and his little brother to a standstill. This is a fucking impressive moment because this is Hagoromo, the first Hokage, using wooden jutsu, who fought Madara Uchiha multiple battles to a standstill at all of them, or maybe one, maybe a couple. But he's fighting all of them off, and he's killed thousands. As he finally runs out of chakra, as Hagoromo looks at him and he says, You fought good." As he pulls out a kunai and he says, "I'm sorry, old friend," as he cuts his neck, as he starts bleeding. As a bunch of people starts walking over and he looks at them and he smiles. As he grabs a kunai, he grabs 3 kunai, throws them all into the crowd, stabs 3 people and kills 3 people, and Hagoromo looks at him, he says, he says, "My last gift to you," as he collapses. And wait. He says, "My last gift to you," as he collapses, and his last real words are, "Save him. Save my brother." As he closes his eyes for the last time. As those those had seals on them, and all of them had. One of them had a wind seal, and one of them had two of them had fire seal, and one of them had a wind seal, and it combined together to make a giant fucking fireball, because wind, fire, it upgrades it, and it killed 100 more men just with that jutsu, or that, and as he dies, Hagoromo looks at him and looks at the dead men, and just says, "One man did all of this. This is a god. This is a true god of shinobi." And this is where we're ending off. This is part 0 of what if Deku got reincarnated as Madara's brother. Next part, we're going to be talking about actually getting reincarnated and how he will do this and how that will happen. And see you guys later.